Hello, welcome to Spy Money. I'm going to show you some different ways that you can trade, and it actually makes it a little bit easier for you. A lot of people want to go to a 1 minute chart, and when you look at a 1 minute chart, this is Friday's chart, by the way. Here's the 8:30 news, and you just really don't know where to get in, and when you're really kind of guessing about what you're going to do. The price action, when you start trading price action, there's a lot of variables in there. And there's a lot of discretionary trading in trading price action a lot of times because what you see, someone else won't see, and vice versa. So I'm going to show you something that we do. Is one thing is we go to a Spy Money bar. This is a proprietary bar that I've made, and it works really well. So if we go to, say, a 20 bar, you can see now, you can see it's easier to trade. It trades more of a trend. Just like in the 8:30 news that we had, instead of being straight up and straight down, there's a lot of places in here that you can trade. So a lot of times, you'll see the candle colors and you'll think, well, should I go long or not? And, because you'll get in long, say, oh, let's just say right here, for instance. If you got in long here and then it pulls back and you don't really know what to do. So what we've done is we've created a filter, and it's called extender. And this extender will allow you to trade a lot smoother and a lot more consistent. So we're going to add the extender, and we're showing the color bars, and we're going to show the background. And when we add this, now we're looking at a lot better trend on the chart. So when we look at this, we can see that, here's the teal we want to stay in, and when it's in the orange, that means caution, and we just don't want to trade in the caution. That's usually the sign of chop. Same thing over here, we had a big old drop, and then eventually it turned back to the white, and that's where we get in the short. This makes trading a whole lot easier. You can see the trend better, know really where your entry should be, and you can also trade from color to color. So if you did this one, just say you got in at the signal, and if you stayed in, well, all the way to the top is 1185. If you would have got out based on the orange, there's 745. That's just one contract. So it depends on how you wanted to trade. But this is a good way to trade. Another one is right here. You would get in, and the top there's 985. So there's $2,000 right here if you traded all the way to the top, a little over 2,000. And then the same thing with here. If you come down, this would get you another $1,100. So you could have $3,000 roughly if you had just traded one contract on this and just got out at the high. And so if you just set your limit for, say, $1,000, then this would have got you $3,000 right there. So when we come over here, there is a little bit of discretionary on some things. When you start getting up, you can always put your break even in. Once it starts getting up, get your break even in. That way, if it does come back, you won't lose any money. This one you could have made $235, and it really kind of depends on how much money you want to make on per trade. And this one, the bottom is $715. Let's just say that you went for $500 a piece. Well, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's $2,000, and this one's a break even. All of this would have happened from just trading here would be 8:13 in the morning, and your exit would be 9:07. So you're looking, roughly an hour of trading, and you could have made quite a bit of money. Now, a lot of people ask, well, what about the other days and so forth? So we come back over, and we'll just pick Thursday. Let's see, right here would be Thursday. So this one right here, once it goes up, you get your break even in. So this would be a break even trade. And then this one coming down, there's 715. If you went for 500, you'd have it. This one is going to be a break even trade again. So you're not going to have home runs on every one of them, but you're going to have some, where you can get in, get your break even in. And if it takes off, then it takes off. If it doesn't, you don't. So when you look at these, you're going to have bad trades in any strategy that you have. what you have to do is risk management. The risk management is controlling how much you lose, and as far as how often you will trade it after you lose. And we have rules that in the Ninja Suite that show when you lose a trade, how to draw out zones and so forth in order to know when you should get back in the trades. So you're going to have a few losses in there. This is within about 15 minutes. We know that if we have a losing trade, that we set out for a bit, and we have rules that show when to get back in. In this particular case, you would have, let's see, based on this one here, this right here would have been the breakout of it, so you wouldn't have traded any more in here. This is the breakout, and then right here would be your first trade back. And we teach this in the Ninja Suite. This one's over $900 on that one, and then we would get right back in here, and right there is 600. So if you're just trading for 500 a piece, you get your 500 here, there's 1,000, there's 15. And that's not even going for the max. I mean, I would prefer to go with more money, but if you only went for 500, there's $1,500, a break-even trade here, a break-even trade there. So you're about $1,500 on one contract. So this really does help. So now we've decided to add a different indicator with it and make it work better. So we have our bars. We're going to take that off. So now we're looking back to the green and red. Now we're going to add the Cobra. When we add the Cobra, and we're going to leave the color bars on so that we can see the color bars. So we're going to delete those trades, and then we're going to look back at it again. So when we go back and look at Thursday again, let's see, right here is, okay, so your first trade would be right here. So on Cobra, when we have a 20 bar, we're usually looking for about $200. And it's 175 to 225. That's our goal, is to get in that area. So you would hit that target here. Right here, it'd be a break-even trade. Okay? So now before, we had a entry here and no more entries. So these right here, you're going to have a break-even. This will be a loss. This one right here will be, you would almost get your profit target. And then right here, you would have another one. So again, we're looking for a couple $100 on these. This one here, if you held it on down, there's 760. And then this one, you would have actually weathered out this and come down to here, so you would have hit your goal. So when you add another indicator with the extender, it'll actually help you out. And you can get some little trades in there. Another thing you can do is if you're wanting to go with a longer trade, you can go up to like a 30 bar. So if you go up to a 30 bar, you can see that there's trades in here, where before we would enter here and we would exit there. This one, you're going to be able to do it a little different. You're going to have an entry here, you're going to have an entry here, and you're going to have an entry here. So it depends on how you played it. With me, I probably would have gotten out right on through here. Once it gets going, I want it to keep pushing. If it starts pulling back, I want out. And then I would get in again here. So this one would have been a moneymaker. This one would have been close to, well, been over break even, but you can see that you'd probably made $150 or maybe $200 on this one. And then this one, it depends on how you would have worked your stop. So there's another indicator that we use. It's called the Sweet Scalper. So let's go ahead and take the Cobra off. And the Sweet Scalper, I think, works a little bit better on it. There's less false entries. So when we look at the Sweet Scalper, we have this one. This one right here would be no trade. So this one would actually be out of it. And you would enter right here. And right there's 330. So you would have got stopped out right here on this one. We usually use about a $250 to $300 stop. Right here is probably where I would have been out at 165. And then right here would have been another one. So if you went up, and let's just say you stopped out right here, there's 815. And then get back in on the next entry, and let's just say you got out at that. So this one you would have 17, 18, or no, be 17, and then This one here will actually be down here before we get out. So it's about $2,000 less, 165. So call it a little over $1,800 you can make on this one um, extender trade. And then when we come back over, we're not going to get in any of these. One of the things that you can do is you can go ahead and get in on the color change. So once we get in here, you take this one all the way down, get your target in, and then you're not going to take a long here because we're back to the gray. And then this one, you'd have another one. There's another 400, and here is another 1,000, and right here is another 400 and some dollars. This one right here we take in. At this point, since we stayed a higher low, we would not take the next short. So we would be done at this point. So you can see the money is there. It's just a matter of putting a couple indicators together. Now, one thing that we do is we have levels that we trade. So if I add the levels, now one thing we do is we will run a VWAP just to see overall trend. That way we're not trading at it. So this is pretty much what my chart would look like when I'm trading. I want to see the levels. The levels will show the pivots. My dailies, this white line and these purple lines are my personal levels. I have an indicator I built that you load on your chart, and then it searches my server every 60 seconds, and it moves, anytime I change a level, it'll change on your chart. So we have intraday levels, we have daily levels, weekly, and monthly levels. And they're all labeled out on the chart so that you can be aware of it. You don't have to look for them. And it's really funny in Discord. I mean, everybody's just talking about the levels. And as you can see, right here's one level, this purple level here. And we go right up to it, we go right through it, we come up to it, bounce back down, and then we come down, come right back into my level. Same thing with right here. You have resistance right here at this level. Same thing with this level. And then if we go down, go back, look at different ones right through here, my levels. I drew these levels a long time ago. So when you're trading, these levels are from way back. And what I do is go back a long time, and I draw out the levels to make sure that we have support and resistance lines there. This one right here, we come through and look what it did with that level, and we come right almost down to it here, come down, right back up to it. Same thing with this level, and then look at this level. Now the levels you can't trade to 100%. We always trade just before them or just after them, one of the two. And the reason we do that is because those levels are a guideline to go by. They're not a 100% that the price is going to hit it. So what you do is trade up to it. So when you look at this right here, and if you add the levels onto your chart as well, and if we take all this other stuff off, and what we're looking at when we trade is like this right here. So we're not looking back real far because we have our levels right here. We're really just looking to see overall trend. And with having this gray background, that tells you that the overall trend is bearish. And then we're also below our VWAP, so that gives us an idea that we're probably going to keep on selling off. When you're trading at the VWAP, it's hard because a lot of times you'll get a lot of false signals because the bears and bulls will sit here and play around this right here for a while until one of them gets tired and runs out of money on the trying to keep their trend, and then the other one will take over. In this case, it went through, pulled back to it, and then it went right on down. Come down to my level here. Same level. So that's how we trade. And if you want to get started on it, we do have a bot that will trade this very strategy right here. Matter of fact, my bots will trade to these levels. So if you put it in, the profit targets and stuff, it will put the profit targets right at those levels, which will help you out. What we usually do is run the bots, and then we will put just some normal stops and profit targets that are on average where the price action usually is on the time frame. And then when that gets in a trade, we will move the profit targets to the levels or the stops will chase with candles or so forth. I teach how to do all this. It's not really hard. The people that have NinjaTrader usually will get started pretty quick. It doesn't take that long to get started. And what we do is make it to where it's easier on you to get in. And once you get in, there's some videos and such in order to set everything up. And here I'll show you how it works. If you once you go in, the easiest way to buy this is you can click down here or right up here it says the Ninja Suite. When you click on this, it will open up. If you just want the indicators only with the training and so forth, you do this one. I'd say probably 90-some% of my members do the bots included. So you click on this and you can purchase it. Here it gives a description of everything you get. Not all of these bots are on there. I'm going to take this off today and just put the ones we've got. There's a lot of questions here that people ask me, and I put the answer so it makes it easier for you. Instead of asking the question, you can probably read it and get it. But if you go into my account, what you lease, you'll get an account. The machine ID, you can go ahead and put that in yourself. As soon as you do, it hits the site immediately, so there's no waiting. Once you put this in, it's there. Some people will have like a work computer and a home computer, and you can change it as often as you like, but it only works on one PC at a time. Getting started with the Ninja Suite, it's an overview video showing how to get through everything and to make it easier on you to get started. The newbies setup, this one's actually a new thing that we recently did, and it's got some different videos that you can watch. This one takes you from how to set up NinjaTrader from downloading it to getting it installed, it's set up, installing everything. This is like for someone that is brand new to everything, this is the video you'd watch. And then how to use the NinjaTrader charts. So there's some tips and tricks on how to navigate the charts and make it easier for you. How to use the indicators and the bots. This is how you install them and so forth. And then market hours. There's a lot of people don't understand futures, and this gives you an idea of how everything kind of works. This one is 3 ways to know if I should turn the bot on or enter manually. So if you're looking to manually trade, you need to know, should I be trading right now? And I teach you how to look back for usually about the last hour, and it will tell you if you should be trading or not, and as far as what kind of time frame that may be better. Different times of the day are better for different time frames. It's not necessarily the time of day, it's the market conditions. And that's what a lot of people ask me, what time's the best time to trade? Well, there is no best time. It's the best market conditions and the volatility. And so I teach how to find that, and if you should be trading at that time or just going about your day and then come back later. Then do bots and indicators know each other? This is one that is a big thing. Bots don't know indicators. Bots only know what's in the indicator. And a lot of people get confused on that. They'll turn an indicator on and wonder why the bot didn't trade with it. Well, they don't know it. And we have setup instructions to teach you how to set up NinjaTrader in order to run bots. Then we have our import files. As soon as you lease, you're going to get to the import files, and you can load these right now. So if you lease it now, you would immediately get access to all this and be able to import the files and be training today, watching your videos and so forth. Our trading strategies that we have, those are put in here, and little tips and tricks to how to use them. Then the add-ons, which is be like the trade copier and the indicator tutorials, we have all those in there. The spy bot tutorials, this are our auto trading bots. And then our parameters, these are the settings inside the bot, what each one of them mean. The settings, we don't really have many settings on here now. I started putting them in as a template. So I started making templates for each bot, so whenever you load a bot, you can just load a template, and it's easier than going back in and trying to put the settings in. Anytime I do live training, I put those in here. We have 2 different categories for that. We also have troubleshooting, so if you're having issues trying to learn how to do something, or maybe your flags aren't showing up or something, so it teaches you how to fix that. We also have the NinjaTrader 8 tips and tricks. This teaches you how to use NinjaTrader. Now, a lot of these videos, actually all the videos, are on the older version, 8.0, but they still work the same as far as charts and everything. So we're updating this, but that is free. Then you have the VPS. So if you have an old computer, you can go into the VPS, and this is the virtual private server. This is located in Chicago, so once you lease it, you'll have a server that is setting in Chicago to make your executions quicker. And it's better than, say, you're in Texas and you're you have to go through the internet from Texas to Chicago before you'll get it. Where this is, your internet is right there. Everything is sitting right there to exchange. And sometimes, sometimes it can be a couple seconds before your execution gets taken care of. And this way, a couple seconds is a lot of money if it's moving. I mean, you could possibly be $500 difference on a trade just because of your execution. If you need to talk to me, you can contact me. You fill out this information, put your phone number if you need me to talk to you, and then I will give you a shout and answer your questions and so forth. Most people just go ahead and sign up, but if you do have questions, I'm here to help you to find out, what would actually work best for you. A lot of people ask me, how long is it before I start making money? Well, it depends on the person, number one, as far as when you become consistent and you're making money with it. Most people that know how to use NinjaTrader are up and running within a week and doing pretty good. Some people are the same day, some people are 2 weeks. It just depends on the person. As far as the people that don't know how to use NinjaTrader, they struggle the most because they have to learn how to trade, and learn the Ninja Suite. So there's a lot of learning there, and it usually takes them 3 or 4 weeks to kind of get the hang of things. Some people still do it in a few days, but for the most part, it takes them a little bit longer. If you have any questions, let me know. This is how it works, and you get all the indicators that I have, and any indicator that I build in the future, you'll get it. Any bot that I build in the future, you'll get it as well. We're always trying to improve. I'm never complacent in what I have. I know there's always room for improvement, and so I'm always looking to find the best trading strategy there is to make it easier for a new person coming in. We want to make it to where if you've never traded before, that you can come in and turn this on and start making money. That's our goal. But there is a little bit of a learning curve on some things, and we change the strategies a little bit in order to try to get that little edge that we're looking for to make more money. But if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask me. Here to help, and I hope you have a great weekend.